Nice to meet you.
Oh my gosh, you look so familiar. Erika Jayne?
I am she.
Yes, awesome.
Come on in,
Wonderful
baby.
to meet you.
Oh,
Fabulous.
this is so exciting. Come on inside. My name is Erika Jayne, and I'm currently on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I believe my future is bright, and so I'm counting on him seeing it my way. So there, let me tell you what's gonna happen. Okay.
Thank you for having me here today.
Oh my goodness, thank you for being here. I'm super excited.
I am too. I've had a lot coming in on the way here already.
Okay,
So.
all right, I'm open. I'm
Awesome.
open. I'm remarkably calm. I should be more nervous, which scares me. I get nervous all the time, I'm just not right now. I mean, I know a lot of people that are a little bit jealous that I'm in this chair today, so too bad. Everybody wants a reading with Tyler.
Sometimes an object will help make a more direct connection, and other times stuff will come through on its own. So we'll see what pops in, and I'm just gonna give it 1 minute to just connect your energy, and we'll see what comes through. So,
I have no expectations. I have a picture and an object of 2 family members. I would love like a real nugget today, but if they're not here, they're not here. So there's no expectations on the reading.
okay. Nope, they're having me hold the over there, so.
Okay.
I feel like that one.
She's talking.
Yeah, I gotcha. All right. Wow. So a lot to process with this. So when I'm holding on to one object, I actually have 2 people who are stepping forward. They're making a very strong point of acknowledging we're together, we're together, we're together.
Good.
And that's important. This woman and this man both come through really strongly. And it's funny because the I'm almost calling her mom, but she's not biologically your mother.
That's right.
So it's interesting the way this comes in. And they're having me talk about the timing in which they passed.
Yes.
And one doesn't live a super long time without the other.
Yes.
It's like one passes and then like.
Very quickly, not too long after.
Yeah.
That's correct.
And there's a protection that they come through with that is very parental.
So my grandparents, they helped raise me. They were kind of my parents. My mother was very young when she had me, and she was a single mom. So my grandparents stepped in and really helped her, and we lived with them several times throughout my upbringing. My grandmother, her name was Anne, and my grandfather's name was Hollis. 2 born and raised, Southern, just, salted the earth people.
This man, he is having me talk about, there's a sweet memory. I'm seeing a man and he's showing me the very like stereotypical, like we got the tackle box and the fishing and we're
Get
gonna
out
go
of here,
out.
no
But
way.
He's joking about it of like, oh, we're gonna bring a girly girl and go fishing. Like the
No
funniest
way.
thing. But he's having me remind this and it's like the most, it would be the weirdest out of our element situation.
Yes.
And he's putting such a big smiley face around this as like a sentimental memory, something
Yes, we used to fish together. Yeah.
that's important.
Wow.
He's also joking about someone always having to clog up the toilet. Oh God,
Oh
this
my
is the whole thing. No.
Well, he was a plumber.
Gotcha.
So there you go.
Okay.
There you go, he's a plumber, so there you go.
Like, oh, geez.
Wow, nobody knows that. Okay. Well, my grandfather was really my father because my dad was not present. And just a kind, gentle man. He grew up really hard, but provided for a lot of people and had a successful business. And to know that he had memories of us fishing, that to me is just, you can't buy that. I miss that person. So it was nice to have just a little moment of that come through.
There's a reference, I think, with the woman that's coming through. She's having me bring up, on the car ride here, I was picking up on just a woman that was connecting who acknowledged her mental state before she died. There's a reference to a woman who went through a long time before she died of dealing with Alzheimer's. And she had me talk about not being as aware as I normally would.
That's her.
Gotcha.
She had a very long battle with Alzheimer's.
Bizarre. This is actually fascinating because on the way here, all I had was this woman coming through who passed away of Alzheimer's, and I could tell very clearly she was like insistent to come through.
She's doing a lot of talking.
Literally like.
But that's who she was in the physical.
Absolutely. Because she's having me bring up.
Nothing has changed.
When she comes through, the amount of relief that exists there is immense, and
Thank God.
being able to be free
Right.
of whatever she dealt with in the mental capacity.
Yeah, it was devastating.
She does show some form of appreciation for either mom or someone just like touching her hair,
Yes,
like it's
my
this
mother.
thing of like going through the hair and like fixing it, like running my
My
hands
mother
through
took
it.
care of, yes, she did. But you know, my grandmother, she was a natural blonde.
Yeah.
And we used to always say, my God, you know, here is this woman just rattled with disease, but the most beautiful head of hair still. So, yeah. It was platinum blonde, naturally, all of her life. She was so vibrant, so smart, and so creative that when all of that was systematically taken down and just, this person had no quality of life, we were so happy that she didn't have to live that way any longer. Because that's a cruel disease. It's so cruel.
She's bringing forward before she passed. She's putting a very strong emphasis on communication, and she is having me acknowledge her throat. And she's bringing me to here for some reason.
Yes.
But she's having me talk very much on communication.
Yes, because she couldn't speak.
Yeah, so please know, that's,
Yeah.
you know, when they bring forward these things, it's their way of acknowledging that they're free of them, that they're not no longer limited to that mindset and that
That's
mentality,
wonderful.
and that they're free of it.
Yeah.
The amount of pride that this woman has for you, I can't even begin to tell you. And, you know, for how you've been able to handle things independently. She had me reference to a pride around her wishing she could have been here physically when you were going through a hard time. She does put this more in a romantic sense, but she's having me acknowledge, like, wishing she could have been that touchstone for you to just kind of call up and be able to connect with. She, too, misses that.
She was lovely.
Yeah.
And we used to talk every day for an hour until she couldn't speak anymore. I have so many memories of my grandmother. I think, you know, just her sheer will and her determination and just how feisty and just, she really was the love of my life. No more tears for this one. Listen, no amount of money, fame, that's zero. It means nothing. This is a human relationship that, you know, it really can't be replaced.
One thing I want to speak on is just like one other person that might be good to kind of keep in mind. They're like being very specific with how we separate the grandchildren situation. So for one, they're for sure acknowledging adult male.
Yes?
They're putting him very separate. They're trying to make a very distinct, like, this one's very different.
He was very different. He's dead.
Oh.
I have two male cousins, one that's passed away, and that's who this is here. This is a photo of my first cousin.
Thank you.
Now, I keep his picture in my closet because, you know, that's where he would want to be, is with my clothes. I mean, that's who he was, you know. He was fabulous and he was glamorous, and damn it, he's in my closet and he's having a glamorous, fabulous time. And that's the way I choose to remember him.
So I do have to say, immediately for some reason, he is having me acknowledge kind of a unique passing. They're putting question marks around this one. When they do that, it tends to indicate that after the person passed, there would have been questions about like what exactly happened.
That's
and
right.
It's like this shouldn't have happened. It's a weird, weird thing.
It's very strange.
If this had been at a different time of day, I don't think this would have happened. Like, and I know that's a weird, bizarre thing to say.
No, you're right.
What time of day was this?
It was in the middle of the night.
Gotcha. What I want to say with this is stepping back on accountability with this one. When they do that, that's their way of acknowledging they didn't intentionally end their life. He's saying I was engaging in like a self-destructive behavior or action or doing something, but then I end up dying, and it's like he's separating the two things.
You're 100% correct on both.
Right.
It's two separate things. There was the behavior, and there's the accident.
Gotcha.
And it was kind of a perfect storm. And this came out of nowhere and was so devastating. Oh my God. I'll tell you privately.
Gotcha.
I know what it is. Yeah, it makes sense. His life was turbulent. You know, when I think of him, I think of a life unrealized. I feel so motivated is because I know he didn't get a chance. So I have to do all I can because not everybody gets a chance. We as a family, we do have questions. It wasn't so open and shut. So it was nice to see you tune into those two things and bring those forward.
Okay.
Yeah, that was something that nobody could really know.
please know that's his
Good.
way of coming through
Okay,
and
good.
acknowledging that.
Good.
And there is a deep sense of peace there.
Good, I'm glad.
Absolutely.
Because he deserves it.
Yeah. I think it was important for Erika to hear from her cousin today. There were a lot of details around it that he was giving me that I didn't verbalize because I could tell that this was a bit of a sensitive thing. I think his family will take great comfort in knowing that he's moved past a lot of the issues he dealt with in life. So it looks like, was that the people you were hoping to hear from?
That was great. Are the three of these people together?
Absolutely. I mean, for the fact that they all came through today shows that it's like a family reunion.
Great. Be there when I'm ready.
Right. Long in the future.
Get my outfit ready. This is a soul-bearing kind of thing. Those are things that no one could know. You know, it's almost like you're transported back to that moment. You know, it's like you're there again. Oh my God, what an incredible experience. I mean, I feel like such a crybaby, but what a great way to kind of confirm some things that members of my family and I had always thought, and to know that everyone is okay and doing well.